Hey there, viewers! It can be difficult to get vitamin D, especially during the winters when the sunlight is limited. Vitamin D deficiency has become a health concern for so many of us. But how do you know you have it? In today's video, we're going to talk about 14 symptoms of vitamin D deficiency according to experts. Do you feel tired all day long? Could lower back pain be a sign? What about aches, cramps, and pains in your muscles? We'll talk about all of these and more. Number 1. Fatigue. While there are so many potential reasons behind fatigue, vitamin D deficiency is one of the main ones. If you're constantly feeling tired, it's probably because you're not getting enough of this nutrient. In one study, around 90% of participants who said they felt fatigued also had vitamin D deficiency. Making sure your diet has enough vitamin D will go a long way in resolving the symptom. If you wake up feeling tired even after having a good night's sleep, it could be a sign you're deficient in this vitamin. Feeling tired all day long isn't a symptom you should ignore. Talk to a doctor to find out the reason behind your dipping energy levels. Do you feel tired all day? What do you do to boost your energy levels? Sound off in the comment section and start a conversation with our Bestie community. Number 2. Lower back pain. It's quite normal to have sore muscles every now and then. This could be because of a strenuous workout or a particularly tiring day. But if you feel pain in your lower back on a constant basis, it could be because of a vitamin D deficiency. Research shows that lower back pain in women comes from small amounts of vitamin D. Eating foods that are rich in vitamin D can go a long way in helping you resolve the problem. Looking for answers on all the latest health and wellness news? Hit that subscribe button and join our millions of followers. Stay up to date on all of our great Bestie content. Number 3. Muscle weakness. Another symptom of vitamin D deficiency is muscle weakness. Sore muscles are common enough in the modern lifestyle, but it's not a good sign if your muscles feel weak on a regular basis. Cramps are another indication that you're not getting enough vitamin D. These symptoms are especially worrisome if they occur in children. When young kids don't get enough vitamin D, they could end up with rickets. This is a disease that affects bone development in children. Number 4. Aching muscles. If you have pain in your muscles with no real explanation as to why it's happening, it could be because of a lack of vitamin D. This is especially true if you feel the aches during the winter rather than the summer. Research has shown that age has no bearing on aching muscles caused by vitamin D deficiency. You can experience it no matter how old you are. Number 5. Bone discomfort. Pain in the bones can have a huge impact on your life. I mean, muscle aches are annoying, but bone pain can be really bad. It makes it hard for you to perform daily tasks. If your bones hurt when you put pressure on them, it's likely because of a vitamin D deficiency. This is especially true if there's discomfort in your breast or shin bone. In one study, it was seen that pain and tenderness in your bones is usually brought on by a lack of vitamin D in your diet. Regardless of what the potential cause is, you should probably talk to a doctor if this bone pain continues for an extended period. Number 6. Trouble sleeping. It seems like these days it's much harder to get a proper amount of rest. Life is just too hectic. Your nutrition often plays into this problem. Experts suggest a lack of vitamin D could be one of the reasons for people not getting a good night's sleep. If you don't get enough vitamin D, both the quality and the amount of sleep you'll get will be affected. In a study of nearly 10,000 participants, it was seen that vitamin D deficiency resulted in a greater number of sleep disorders. Number 7. Hair loss. As you age, it's only natural for you to lose your hair. Some lose their hair quicker than others. This is particularly true in the case of men. For women, hair loss is more to do with a lack of vitamin D. The less vitamin D you get, the more hair will fall out. In one study, it was found that a group of women who had lower levels of vitamin D had greater issues with hair loss than the group with a higher amount of vitamin D. Number 8. Eczema. Have you ever had eczema? If so, you know how annoying and miserable it can be. When you suffer from this condition, you end up with skin that's red and itchy. This is usually because of a lack of vitamin D. A study showed that people who didn't get the right amount of vitamin D had worse symptoms of eczema than people who got a sufficient amount. Before we move ahead, here's another video you might like. Just like vitamin D, there are several other vitamins and nutrients your body needs to thrive on. Here's the ultimate guide to each and every vitamin your body is craving. Now back to our discussion on 14 symptoms of vitamin D deficiency. Number 9. Slow healing wounds. If you suffer a wound, it takes a little time for the body to heal it completely. However, if you find your wounds are taking a crazy amount of time to heal, it could be because of a deficiency in vitamin D. In one study, it was seen that having enough vitamin D in the system was crucial in order for patients to heal after surgery. If you've suffered a bad wound and you notice it hasn't been healing, talk to your doctor and get to the bottom of it. Number 10. Getting sick regularly. If you're getting sick on a regular basis, it could be because of a deficiency in vitamin D. One study showed that there was a direct relationship between vitamin D and how the immune system takes action against infections and viruses. To avoid getting sick, you need to make sure you have enough vitamin D in your diet. In fact, a lack of this vitamin can increase your risk of developing autoimmune diseases and even cancer. Much like slow-healing wounds, you need to talk to a professional if your illness continues on. You don't want it to get worse. Number 11. Dizziness. Do you ever feel a quick bout of dizziness coming on? People who suffer from vertigo tend to feel dizzy quite often. It's like the world is spinning around them. This particular condition could be a result of a lack of vitamin D in your body. In one study, people who didn't have enough vitamin D developed this condition. If you continue to ignore your vitamin D levels, it could get worse. Number 12. Frequent urinary tract infections. A urinary tract infection can be very painful to deal with. This particular condition is caused by bacteria getting into your urinary tract. Once it's in, the bacteria multiply and cause all sorts of problems. One of the reasons you suffer this particular infection is a lack of vitamin D. In one study, it was seen that women who frequently suffered from urinary tract infections weren't getting enough. Number 13. Digestive problems. Anyone who's had to deal with inflammatory bowel disease will tell you how much of an inconvenience it can be. You will suffer from inflammation in the digestive tract regularly. This means frequent bouts of diarrhea and abdominal pain. But the good news is providing your body enough vitamin D can help reduce the symptoms. In one study, people who did not have enough vitamin D not only raised their chances of inflammatory bowel disease, but intensified them as well. Number 14. Being overweight. Obesity rates are growing with each passing day. Given our stressful lifestyle, it seems more of us are at a greater risk. If you've noticed you've gained a few pounds over the last while, check if your body's gotten the right amount of vitamin D. In one study, it was seen that obese people had a 35% greater chance of vitamin D deficiency. Interested in knowing more about nutritional deficiencies? Vitamin D deficiency is quite common, similar to calcium and iron. Have we sparked your interest? Let's keep the conversation going with a couple more nutrient-related videos, shall we? Here's what you need to know. Check out 10 signs you have an iron deficiency. You can also try our video on 19 signs you're suffering from calcium deficiency. Go ahead, click one, or better yet, watch both and learn more about health and nutrition. Are you suffering from any of the symptoms of vitamin D deficiency? Are you planning to get your vitamin D levels checked? Let us know in the comments below.